good people, ladies and gentlemen. It's your favorite Meu Boy's favorite Meu Boy, Peanut.
And it's your girl Prin coming to you from She Writes Books Media Studios. And we are Candid Conversation with Peanut.
And Prin. What's up, love?
Hey, handsome, how are you?
Feeling like 1.5 right now. Trying to get my numbers up.
Okay, I see you. I'm liking the red. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like I give him a little pop. You know what I'm saying? Give him a little pop today.
Okay.
You know, for sure.
Very nice.
Thank you.
So I was thinking about the fact that the seasons have begun to change, and I was looking at some of the unusual holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the holidays that I found was National Authors Day.
Well. How ironic.
How ironic, right?
Leave it up to you to find that. Yeah, leave it up to you to find that.
So, National Authors Day, for those of you that did not know, was November 1st.
Okay.
And so, if you follow me on social media, once again, my social media tag is she.writes.books on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
If you follow me on Instagram, then you would have seen that I asked what was your favorite author. And I was going to actually look to see what was some of the people's responses so we could include them in today's episode.
Okay.
But as I looked that information up, honey, what's some of your favorite authors and why? What do you like about those authors?
Me?
Yes.
Wow. Are you under the assumption that I read books?
Do you read books?
Of course I do.
Absolutely. Okay.
Man, one of my favorite authors. I have a few, some old, some new. Well, not some new. I have one new favorite author. As a matter of fact, she's my favorite author of all time now. You'll figure it out when y'all get to read the material. It's a banger. We're going to start off with my favorite book of all time until I met my new favorite author.
Okay.
Coldest Winter Ever, Sister Soldier.
Oh, okay. Now, y'all, I have to give y'all some background on this particular book because when I met Peanut, well, okay, not when I met him. However, when we started dating, when we started being interested in one another, he introduced this book to me.
Yep.
Because I had never read the book before. And when I tell you that I so much fell in love with the characters of that book, I maybe several months after reading it, bought a new car. And what do I call my car, honey?
Winter.
And what do you call your car?
Midnight. On purpose. It is on purpose.
So definitely that book was one of my favorites as well. After reading it, I truly enjoyed it. However, the book that came out recently, that was a part of that, I think that was like the next book after Coldest Winter Ever.
Yeah, it may have been Life After Death, maybe. I got it. I have the book.
I have not read that book yet. I've heard mixed reads on it. So definitely in the comments, if you have read the book that we're now talking about, please tell us what you think. Because I have not read it. And if it is not a good read, please let me know. If it is a good read, also let us know in the comments. Tell us what you liked.
Well, hold on. Before we go any further than that, let's be clear.
Okay.
I have the book, the new book. I have not read the new book. Scared to death to read the new book.
Why are you scared?
My expectations for the new book, way up here. Because what Coldest Winter Ever did for me from a author and as far as painting pictures with words standpoint,
okay,
it was like a innocent bystander. or bystander in the book per se. Mm-hmm. So, unfortunately, I am afraid that if it doesn't live up to what the first one was, I'm disappointed. And so I haven't read the book.
Okay. So that's the part that I was going to say. So I know some people that love the very first book, and they read the next installment and they were very disappointed. And so I'm just curious to know, was that just my circle of friends, or, was it, a consensus that a whole lot of people just were so disappointed that they didn't enjoy the next book that came out?
Well, no, shout out to Sister Soldier. I am going to read the book. That's okay. No doubt. I am going to read it. I'm going to get around to it. My biggest question within this book is, because it was so far apart, like years wide, how do you maintain the characters? You know what I'm saying? Like for the people who've never read it before,
right?
It might come across a little differently. But when I read the first book, that was 20 something odd years ago. Okay. So I was much younger then. And the book and the times of the book fit with my current life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to read it now is Winter my age? Because I know what I'm doing at this age. What is Winter doing at this age? So that's the only part about me that scares it. But I support her. That book was one of my favorites. Matter of fact, my favorite book all time up until it's a book about this dude named Beckett. Oh my God. We'll get into that some other time. But my favorite book. So that's the only reason why I haven't read it. I allowed and I usually don't do this. I'm usually not influenced by what other people think, how other people feel, what they read or what they say. But this book is so, it was so instrumental in my life from a reading standpoint, because it actually propelled me to read multiple books. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the first one that actually came to life in my mind. You know what I'm saying? The content was very similar to my life, the surroundings where I grew up at. So, that was a very instrumental book. So Sister Soldier, one of my favorites. I have another favorite, honey, if you would like.
Yes. What is it?
R.I.P. to my guy. I've read, I'd say 90% of his books, Eric Jerome Dickey.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Love me some Eric Jerome Dickey.
Okay. So let me see. National Authors Day. Who is my favorite? Okay, so I like books that take me, like I really feel like they have taken me on a journey. And so one of my all-time favorite authors is Mary Monroe.
Yeah.
She wrote The Upper Room. She has wrote, The Upper Room is the first one that comes to mind, but I think that's the first book that like kind of left like an imprint in my brain of the greatness of it. And I like that her female characters were not afraid to be crass, and they weren't afraid to be a little bit more human. Like to me, they just were very authentic.
Right.
And so she is definitely one of my favorites. But I am an author. For those of you that don't know. And so I definitely think that it's very important for us to support our author community. One of the young ladies that I have befriended on social media, she's got a couple of great books that have either recently come out or recently been released or are scheduled to come out during the year. Would be Aisha Bree. And she doesn't even know that I'm spotlighting her tonight. So let's be clear. Shout out to Aisha. But she was one of the very first authors that when I started to post on my social media feeds, she supported me. Like, she followed me. We had never met face to face, and her sweet personality, but her character, like, she writes some juicy books. So definitely
juicy books.
Yeah, some juicy books.
Okay. I got Aisha Bree. Shout out to Aisha Bree.
I'm
gonna read some books, Aisha.
And I'm actually, let me see. Production, can we get her Instagram tag to kind of roll across the screen? Let's see what we can do about that. Let's give some love. But honey, so what are some of your others? So you said Eric Jerome Dickey, but what is your Eric Jerome Dickey favorite?
I would say some of the earlier works that I read, Between Lovers, Milk in My Coffee.
I have never read any of his books.
Yeah. He's got some those early books, like the rawness of the characters, the relatable. The characters were relatable, and that's what draws me to books. How I relate to them. Okay. You know what I mean? Stories that I could see myself in similar situations. So, yeah. And another author though that I've read that some might find surprising, because he got some situations in his books that some guys can't necessarily read up on, but the actual content of the books and the storylines and everything is good. Elin Harris.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Elin Harris.
No, wait. So isn't he the guy that's like associated with what TV show is that?
I don't know.
But maybe you're thinking of someone else.
I know of the books though.
Okay.
I think I have about 5 or 6 of his books. It was like a series.
Okay.
I think one of the names of the books that I read was either Any Which Way the Wind Blows or Any Way the Wind Blows, something like that. I can't remember. It's been a while, but I have them all here. Every book that I've ever read, I have them in house. You can challenge me on them. We can talk about the content of the books. They are not for decoration. Reading is a thing. I want the kids to read. I influence them to read whatever they want to read. Manga, it's a big thing in our house. So reading is a thing. We don't do books for decorations. We do books because we've read them already.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show Aisha's Instagram tag. Definitely check out her Instagram. She's got quite a few books available on Amazon.com. Mm-hmm. Let's see. There we go.
Okay. At author Aisha Bree on Instagram. Y'all check her out, man.
Check her out. If you comment on any of her stuff, let her know that you saw her information on Candid Conversation with Peanut Prin. Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what, honey? You should go ahead and run yours across the bottom of there too. Get the producers to run yours too, so they'll know to check out your stuff too. See what I'm talking about? Don't be shy. You know what I'm saying? We can be humble some other time. This our show. Run it across and let them see how to get in touch with you, so they can get some of them books you got. Great Christmas gifts, by the way.
Absolutely. Definitely great Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
Would y'all believe that I'm shy?
We can believe it. You know what I mean? She's always behind the scenes. She's the one keeping me straight on camera. Not like it's a difficult task, but my co-host on the other podcast is a shot of Moon and Brew. You got to keep them dudes together. Shout out Joe Black, El Blanco. Yeah, you got to keep them guys together for sure. So, there it is on IG at she.writes.books. Y'all check that out. Her books are available on Instagram. What do they need to type in to find you on Amazon, honey?
Actually, if they type in Princess Diana, that is my author's name, my pen name. For those of you that don't know, that is how you would find me.
Spell Diana for them, because everybody ain't good with that one.
Okay, I will. Wait a minute, production. Let's add that too.
I'm currently working on some pieces myself. It takes me a little longer to write. I have to be motivated in a sense, but I got some things coming. Y'all keep your eyes open for that too. Y'all keep your eyes open for that. Yeah, come on, let's get that on there. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all support my baby now. She writing some good books, and it's coming up on Christmas. Stocking stuffers, man. Fairly decent price, good content, good stories. I'm telling you, you can't lose. You can't lose. So
speaking of authors,
okay.
So I recently did a collaborative book with several other authors, and this would be my second collaborative book project.
Mm-hmm.
And what I have noticed is that when we write these types of what do you call them? Like, okay, so I'm a fictional author. Like, maybe I should clarify that. So when I write, I am writing the characters. I feel like it's like writing make-believe. It's like I'm trying to actually take you on a journey. So I tend to write what types of books I like to read. So I like to take you on a journey. I want you to feel like you've been transformed into the lives of the characters. But when I do these collaborative books, they have been a little bit more of a serious topic in nature, and I have to divulge a little bit more intimate side of me. And so I've noticed that when I look at my bookshelf and I started thinking about what books I've read, I don't have a whole lot of technical books. Like, I traditionally read for enjoyment versus for knowledge. Mm-hmm. I'm more of an internet searcher for knowledge, but I'm recently finding out after working on some of these collaborative books that the world of book knowledge, books and publishing for educational purposes is like a really big deal.
It is.
And I never really considered it before. Mm-hmm. But now when I actually talk to different people, they tell me, oh, well, I don't have time to read for pleasure because, I'm reading this book for this understanding, or I'm reading that book to figure out how to do something else. So I wanted to ask you, what do you think you read books most in? Do you think you read books more on an educational, like to learn something or gain a better understanding of something? Or do you read books to have a pleasurable moment, a moment of leisure?
For me, it's definitely a moment of leisure. I've never read books for sake of learning, unless I was in school. Not to say that I won't, but that's not my thing. I read books to actually allow myself an opportunity to escape where I am. So if I find me a good spot in the house and give me a good old cup of coffee and a couple of cookies that I probably won't eat because we know I don't really do sweets.
If you gotta pop some popcorn, I couldn't get that out.
No, that's different. If you pop some popcorn, that's different. But I actually read books as a way of just getting away from where I am, and having the opportunity to get into another world. So if you're descriptive of your characters and your surroundings and of the little nuances and sounds in the back and all of that, you get me gone, I can read and not even realize that I'm sitting here if the book is that good. But as of late, what I've come to realize, considering the current state of the world, people are reading for better understanding, for financial literacy, for mental health. Real big thing right now. Shout out to my guy, Charlamagne the God. I know a lot of people, he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, especially early on in his career. But if I must say so, I've been watching that dude for like 10 years. It's probably one of the most impressive transformations of a man that I've seen. Because he went from asshole to educator, but he actually helps the people. Like, he puts his people on. He's got a podcast network called The Black Effect, as a matter of fact. And I'm going to go ahead and put this out there right now. Candid Conversations with Peanut Prin will be on The Black Effect network with my man Charlamagne the God. Shout out to you. So holla at me, boy. Yes, sir. Holla at me. The Shout of Moon and Brew on Instagram. We can talk about it. I like what you're doing out there in them streets. But so yeah, as of lately though, I read for understanding. Kids, depression, peer pressure, cyberbullying, health reasons. It's so much stuff going on in the world that is actually taken away from the leisurely reading. Mm-hmm. Moved us more into the space of understanding, you know what I'm saying, and trying to get a head or a jump on what's going on in the world. But for me, I really read for leisure,
Okay. All right. So in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you all tell us who is your favorite author. What are some of the books that you're reading as we step into, some of the colder months?
Mm-hmm.
And also let us know, do you read for leisure or do you read for knowledge? Let us know about that. I'm sure that I will have an Instagram post coming out real soon with that question. So if you don't catch us on the show, make sure you catch us on that Instagram post.
How about this, honey?
Uh-huh.
How about this? We're spirit of moment type people. We like to do stuff.
We do.
We get some followers going on. We get us a nice little number. I would actually love to put together Candid Conversations with Peanut Prin Book Club.
That would be actually really nice.
And we can feature one person to actually get on and discuss the book with us every now and again. You know what I'm saying? That'd be cool.
That would be very cool. So those of you that are interested in Candid Conversation with Peanut and Prin doing a book club, make sure you also let us know in the comments. We do read our comments. We do respond back to you when you respond to us. So please feel free to reach out. Let us know that you're watching. Let us know what topics you'd like for us to cover.
Yep. And keep in mind, just like I say on our A Shot of Moo and the Brew podcast, we're here for the positive feedback, the positive conversations. We love it. We entertain it. We respond back. But if it's negative, we will simply say, thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on.
Sorry, folks. That's like an inside joke. Clearly, if you did not laugh just now, that means you have not seen the podcast, A Shot of Moo and a Brew. You got to check those fellas out.
Yeah, check us out. So, what else you got, honey?
Well, as we get ready to go, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking that if you are an author yourself, and you are looking to expand your audience or expand your reach, make sure that you reach out to us as well, because we are always looking for other young, either aspiring artists or aspiring authors to work with. We do have a production company. We do this pretty often. Mm-hmm. We recently did a show where we actually released new music from one of our boys. Love him. He did amazing. The CD, the album sounds great. Shout out to Rippo. If you're following me on TikTok, you have already heard my baby's music, but he is incredible. He's so talented, so gifted. But definitely, if that is you, please reach out. We love to be able to, help you maybe take your career to the next level. Mm-hmm. We are already looking at artists that we could possibly work with for, a tour. I've been wanting to do a tour. Honey will tell you. He will tell you. I've been talking about a tour for a couple of years now, so I am ready. You understand?
Ready.
Ready.
She is ready. That's crazy.
But we want to thank you for being a part of today's Candid Conversation with Peanut and Prin. Definitely make sure that you follow us on Instagram at she.writes.books. I'm going to run that at the bottom of the screen. If you're interested in purchasing any of our books, or should I say my books, you can find me on Amazon.com. I am author Princess Deanna. And if you want to hit up your boy Peanut, you can follow him
Follow me at A Shot of Moo and a Brew on Instagram. You can also find me at A Shot of Moo and a Brew on Shot of Moo and a Brew on YouTube. During them summer months, if you're in the DMV, you need your grass taken care of, manicured, you know, like I got the beard manicured. My curb appeal on Instagram as well. You know, we will come through, cut that grass. We do not discriminate. We're all about getting that paper out here. And don't forget about my boy Rippo. Follow him on Instagram. That's RXPPO. Just dropped the album on October 19th called Chosen. That's because he was chosen. Joint fire too. Young boy music. I bop to it a little bit, you know what I mean? But it's young boy music. There it is.
Until next time, make sure you keeping your conversations candid.
Peace.